Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Ears. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start your day, whatever time it may be. And for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all 23 ranged DLC weapons in Cod Ww2 and ranking them from worst to best. Now, before this video starts, if you guys still need a Black Ops 4 beta code, make sure to drop a like on the video. And when this video gets to 250 likes, I'm going to be throwing in another Black Ops 4 beta code in the pinned comment. Trying to hook up as many of you guys as possible so as many of you guys can play the beta with me, because I'm trying to run a full 5-man, get nuclears, just completely dominate lobbies when the beta does come on August 4th. So if you guys do want a chance at winning a Black Ops 4 beta code, make sure to drop a like on the video, as well as comment down below your Xbox, your PSN, Steam, whatever you guys have, and so we can get ready and just run it together. Now let's get right back on track for today's video. Like I said, this is going to be ranking every single DLC weapon within Call of Duty World War II from worst to best. There's actually a total of 30 DLC weapons in the entire game, but we're only going to be ranking the 23 ranged weapons because obviously the 7 melee weapons don't really count. They do the same thing, they just look a little bit different. Let's get right on track. So let's keep in mind, these are going to be my opinion, and also, just because a weapon might be ranked lower does not mean it's bad. A lot of the DLC weapons within Cod Ww2 are actually really good weapons, but obviously, there's just some that are just a little bit better, and that's kind of why I'm ranking them from worst to best. I've actually dropped a V2 rocket with probably almost like 75% of the DLC weapons that have came to this game. You guys have seen multiple videos lately. Every time I make a video on DLC weapons, I try to get either a V2 rocket or a vicious metal to showcase how good the weapon is or how bad it is. So I kind of have a good idea on how good and how these weapons operate. Let's get right into it. So number 23, I'm gonna be ranking the Riles revolver pistol. Now I think this weapon, it's decent. It's not the best pistol, but I feel that it's gonna be, at that number 23 spot, because obviously the 1911 pistol, the PO8, in my opinion, are just a little bit better than this one, and as well as some of the other DLC weapons in the game are just better than that pistol. Number 22, I'm gonna have to put the blunderbuss shotgun. Now I'm ranking the blunderbuss a little bit higher than the Riles revolver just because, it's a shotgun. It's a little bit more functional. You can get more kills with it, and if you are kind of accurate and you kind of play smart, you can actually go off. I actually almost did get a V2 rocket with the blunderbuss, but I died a few kills short. But it's still a pretty decent weapon. I know a lot of other people and other YouTubers have actually went ahead and got V2 rockets and vicious metals with it, so it is a pretty solid weapon, but I don't think it's really that top mark of the best DLC weapon within the entire game. Now number 21, I'm gonna have the Enfield number 2 pistol. Now the reason I'm putting this one kind of low is, like I said, it is a pistol, but it is better than the blunderbuss. It has high damage, it has really manageable recoil, and you could just destroy people with it, especially if you kind of have the akimbo or the dual wield duelist basic training on. You could just completely just destroy people with this pistol, so it's pretty solid. At number 20, I'm going to have the Orso SMG. Now, the Orso is a pretty decent SMG. I don't think it's the best SMG in any means, which is kind of why I'm ranking it kind of low. Let me know what you guys think about the Orso. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Do you guys think this weapon is good? It's alright. I've dropped with it before. I've ripped it up with it, but there's definitely some better DLC weapons in this game that I feel that, trump it. Now, number 19, I'm going to have the GPMG LMG. Now, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the worst LMGs in the entire game. It's absolutely terrible. It has a really slow reload. They did buff this recently to make the reload a little bit faster, but I just don't think it's competitive because the magazine size just isn't big, and it's just not really a functional LMG. It doesn't really scream a light machine gun that's supposed to suppress people. It's kind of just like a bulky AR, and that's really not what I want when I'm using an LMG. At number 18, I'm going to have the M38 SMG. Now, this SMG is better than the Orso, in my opinion. It's pretty solid, but like I said, there are a lot of better weapons in the game, especially some DLC SMGs I'll be getting to a little bit shortly that are better than it. Let me know what you guys think of the M38. This weapon also has kind of a weird iron sight. The variants do change the iron sight of this weapon, so that's kind of why I'm kind of ranking it lower. Usually the weapons that have terrible iron sights on default, I don't really like to rank them that high because obviously people are going to be looking for a sought after variant that kind of opens up the iron sight and makes the gun a little bit better. So you kind of have to judge a weapon off of its variants. I don't really think that's really a good, ranking and comparison for that gun. Now, number 17 is going to be the ZK383. Now, this weapon actually is obtainable if you guys go ahead and prestige the cavalry division. Now, the reason why I'm ranking this weapon low is I don't really think it packs enough of a punch. And also the SMG, when you have the suppressor equipped on fast firing mode, you don't even stay off the radar. It's kind of glitched, so it's really confusing as to why they really didn't test this when the gun came out. So that's kind of like another reason why I'm not really ranking it that high. It's kind of a run-of-the-mill SMG. It's not really amazing at anything. It's just right in the middle. And there's a bunch of SMGs that do that, have bigger clip sizes, do more damage, and have more range and shoot faster. So I'm going to have to rank that as number 17. Now, number 16, I'm going to actually have the 9mm SAP. Now, this pistol is literally amazing. This is better than a lot of the semi-automatic weapons in the game, as well as some of the semi-automatic rifles in the game, I would actually might add. I definitely feel like the 9mm is a really, really good pistol. This actually is obtainable if you guys go ahead and prestige the resistance division that came out way back. A lot of people did use this. It destroys, especially if you have a trigger finger. It's something that I would highly suggest you guys go ahead and unlock. It's probably one of the best sidearms in the entire game. At number 15, I'm going to have the Riles sniper. Now, the Riles is a suppressed sniper rifle in the game. It has a one-shot from chest high. It's pretty solid. It has a 15-round clip and you have extended mag, so it has that ammo capacity, which is why I'm going to rank it a little bit higher than some of the DLC weapons, but it really doesn't pack that much of a punch. You can't really get that consistent one-shot with it, so I'm not going to rank it that high. It does have a fast aim-down sight speed, so that is kind of its saving grace, but I don't think it's that good enough to get put back up in the top 5 or the top 10 of DLC weapons. The number 14, I'm going to have the Stinger LMG. Now, this LMG is an absolute monster. This weapon shreds. It's a 2-shot LMG. It's kind of a buffed, upgraded Bren. I think I would kind of compare that to. I like this better than the Bren. It's really, really good. A lot of people do like this weapon. You put armored on with rapid fire and a red dot sight, and you're just gonna go off and just completely annihilate people. So I highly recommend you guys go ahead and checking out the Stinger LMG. Definitely a must cop DLC weapon. They had it in the daily order. They had it in kind of like the contracts a couple weeks ago, so definitely when that comes back around, make sure you guys go ahead and cop the Stinger LMG. Number 13, I'm gonna have the MG81 LMG. Now, this is kind of like the Lewis, but it doesn't shoot as fast, but I think I'm gonna rank this a little bit higher than the Stinger just because it shoots a little bit faster, and it has I think it's a little bit more functional because you could shoot it fast. Like I said, I think you're a little bit more mobile with this weapon. It has a faster aim down sight speed, so I'm gonna have to rank the MG81 a little bit higher than the Stinger LMG. Now, number 12, I'm gonna have the Type 5. This is gonna be a semi-automatic rifle within this game. It's kind of comparable to the M1 Garand. It's pretty solid though. It's not better than the M1 Garand, but I am going to rank this a little bit higher than the LMGs just because it is a rifle that you can get 2-shot kills with consistently, and obviously you're going to have that mobility, and it's a little bit more functional if you guys have on armored. Like I said, you're going to be a complete monster with this weapon. Number 11, I'm going to have the Type 38. Now, the Type 38 is a quickscoper's, dream. It's fantastic. It's amazing. One shot from the chest up. I'm going to rank this higher than the Riles carbine just for the fact that it's a bolt action, it's not suppressed, and it just looks dope. So I think a lot of people are going to like the Type 38 a little bit better. Appearances obviously don't really change the damage of the weapon, but I think people are going to rank the Type 38 higher than the Riles just because, for the simple fact, it looks a lot cooler. Number 10, I'm going to have the Gewehr 43. Now, this weapon is amazing. It's recently gotten buffed. It's a monster. If you have a trigger finger, it's practically fully automatic. 3-shot kills. It's disgusting, man. I highly recommend you guys go ahead and checking this out. Even if you really don't have a fast trigger finger, it's really, really consistent. You're going to be able to destroy people across the map very easily. And I would highly recommend, like I said, run this with extended mag, rapid fire, infantry, whatever class setup you guys want to run, and just go to town with it. Number 9, I'm going to have to put the Nambu Type 2 SMG. Now, a lot of guys do enjoy the Nambu. Some people even say that the Nambu is better than the PPSH. It's a pretty solid SMG, like I said. It has really low recoil, a pretty consistent fire rate, really good range, and ultimately just a run-of-the-mill, just good SMG that I think a lot of people should have access to. Really good iron sight as well, so that's an added bonus on top of it. Let me know what you guys think about the Nambu Type 2. Do you guys think this weapon is good? Do you guys think this weapon is bad? I definitely feel that it is a solid weapon and definitely deserves to be within that top 10 spot of the best DLC weapons within Cod Ww2. Number 8, I'm gonna have the M2 carbine. It's gonna be the fully automatic version of the M1A1 carbine. Definitely a solid choice to be running. This gun got buffed as well. It's a complete monster. Let me know what you guys think of the M2 carbine. Definitely deserves to be in that top 10 spot of the best DLC weapons in the entire game. Number 7, I'm gonna have the Sterling SMG. Definitely a solid SMG, a good choice. I feel a lot of people do like the Sterling. This is one of my favorite SMGs within the entire game. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It has high damage, reminds me of the Grease gun, just as a different iron sight, especially if you have the heroic variant. It's very beautiful, but the stock variant as well has that opened iron sight that I really do enjoy. Let me know what you guys like about this weapon. Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? I definitely do enjoy that weapon. I think a lot of you guys as well. Number 6, I'm going to have the Itra Burst. Now, the Itra Burst, the 4-round burst assault rifle, a complete monster. Definitely something that, you know, everybody has to unlock. This, in my opinion, actually at one point was the best DLC weapon in the entire game, but it did receive a nerf, so it kind of had to bump it down. Let me know what you guys think of the Itra Burst. Do you guys still think it's the king? You guys still think it's the best? I definitely do feel it is definitely one of the best DLC weapons in this entire game. Number 5, I'm going to have the lever action. Now, the lever action, you guys know, if you guys play World War II, you guys have probably gotten completely destroyed by snipers with this lever action. It's amazing. Enough said. It's kind of obvious why this is up there. Fast firing, it's the fastest sniper in the entire game. It has a high, you know, magazine capacity, fast reload. It's a wrap. You're not really going to be able to outgun this, especially if they have some good aim. Number 4, we're going to have the Sten SMG. Now, the Sten, after all its buffs, definitely get, you know, it got put up to like one of the top DLC weapons. It is a monster. It's amazing. Highly recommend you guys go ahead and checking out the Sten. I've made a couple of videos on the Sten, went off with it, dropped with it. It's fantastic. Check out the Sten. Hope you guys do enjoy that weapon. I do, and I don't think anybody can say anything bad about it. It has probably one of the best looking heroic weapon variants as well, and the iron sights of the default variant are obviously very clean and easy to use. Number 3, I'm going to have the Volk. Now, the Volk Simgravire, a lot of people probably gonna think this is the number 1, but I don't think the Volk is number 1. I think some other weapons pass it up. The Volk is an absolute monster. Definitely, you know, it has to be in that top 3 spot. It had to be. The Volk, I don't have to explain why the Volk is the best, one of the best weapons in the entire game. Even out of the DLC weapons, it's honestly one of the best weapons in the entire game. I put it in the top 5, honestly. It's that good. Fast fire rate, little to no recoil, really good clip size, you know, fast reload, pretty much the ACR of the game. It's amazing. I love the Volk. You guys do too, so that's kind of why I have to put that at that top 3 spot. Number 2, I'm gonna have the granddaddy, the PTRS-41, the one-shot machine. The reason why I'm putting this weapon as number 2 is because it is the most consistent sniper in the entire game, and as a matter of fact, it's actually the most consistent weapon in the entire game, because no matter where you shoot them, it's going to be a one shot. So I definitely feel like that's why the PTRS has to be number 2, because it's a complete monster. Literally, wherever you shoot them in the body, they're dying in one shot. Usually behind cover, they're dying in one shot. You have FMJ behind cover, they're dying in one shot. You have FMJ stacked with armored. Doesn't matter if they're behind cover, they're dying in one shot. It's ridiculous. The PTRS is an absolute monster. It is filthy, and that's kind of why I have to put that as the number 2 spot of one of the best DLC weapons in the entire game. Now, number 1, I gotta have the AVS-36. Now, the reason why I'm putting the AVS-36 is because it's legitimately disgusting. Without any attachments, you don't have to run this weapon with any attachments. It is filthy. I think people are crying for a nerf. This weapon is disgusting. It's like the AK-47 of Cod Ww2. Just a good, you know, universal weapon. You can use it literally at close range, at long range. Let me know what you guys think. Some of you guys might swap out the AVS-36 with the Volk placement. I'm not saying the Volk is bad. I'm not saying the AVS-36, you know, is the best. Well, I am. It is the best gun in the entire game, but you guys know what I mean. The Volk is still a fantastic weapon, but I think the AVS, in my personal opinion, from what I've been using and from my initial impressions, is a better weapon. You guys know I dropped the V2 rocket with my first game ever using the Volk, and I might drop my first V2 rocket with my first game ever using the AVS-36. It's disgusting. Check it out, and yeah, it has to be ranked #1 in my opinion for the best stealth weapon in the entire game. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Let me know what your guys' favorite DLC weapons within our Cod Ww2. This is the weapon so far in the game. I think it's a good time to make this video because this game's kind of, you know, winding down to the end. I don't really know how many more DLC weapons are going to be added, but I guarantee you this list is probably still going to be valid, you know, in the next 3 months we have of this game. It's been your boy Ears. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. Beta code at 250 likes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.